Welcome back, everyone, to MBM Billiards Productions. Got an awesome match coming at you tonight. Before we get started, let's smash that subscribe button. If you like the video at any point through it, give it a like, hit the bell notification so you can get notified every time I post a video. Let's get started. First player is James Brembra. As you can see here, these are his stats for the APA over the last couple years, and then Zach Robertson, and these are his stats over the last couple years. Both players are 7s in the APA and 8-ball. This is a Masters match. I believe Zach is a 7 and 9 ball, and James is a 9 and 9 ball, if I'm not mistaken. Zach lost the lag. James elects to break, which means Zach is electing to choose to start with 8-ball. For anybody new, if to APA Masters, the person that wins the lag gets the option to either break or rack. Whoever ends up racking gets to decide what format you start with. It is 5 racks of 8-ball will be the most played, and up to 8 racks of 9-ball, and it is whoever reaches 7 wins first. There is no points. In 9-ball you can push. Jump sticks are allowed. There is no 3 foul, but it's the closest thing to Texas Express in the APA that there is. And here we go. James pocketed a stripe to start with, it looks like. Yep. He's electing to take stripes. Got a little funny off of that, made that ball in the corner, came off the edge of that 2-ball, and looks like he got a little weird off of that. I'm going to try and cut this. I think that's the 11 ball. Nope, and missed it. That's a good attempt there. I'm not sure he would have particularly liked that position. It's hard to tell whether that ball goes by the 8. So Zach is solids. Both of these players are very solid at 8-ball. If I have to give an edge, I'd say James probably has the edge in 9-ball. I mean, granted, he is a 9, but Zach is a much younger player. He has been playing pool years longer than James, and he's always getting better. He improves all the time. They're both local players to my area. James is on my Masters team that we are going to Vegas. In the comments, if you're watching this and you're going to Vegas, let me know. I know a few people in the YouTube world and some people I've met. We all were meeting up out there saying hi that are all in the billiard community. Oh, Zach, tough. That's a uncharacteristic miss on the 5-ball. James, though, doesn't really have an easy shot here. My guess would be is he's going to start there and try and like slide into where that 2-ball area is. Yep, just like that. But he missed, so it didn't matter. Got a good roll out of it, though. He did not leave Zach anything good. But yeah, so if you're in the comments, you're going to Vegas, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know that too. But yeah, I do this in my spare time. I think it's fun. I like watching a ton of pool. I like watching all varieties and skill levels too. When I'm in Vegas, I literally, in any of my free time, just go around and find matches and watch them. I just love watching pool. Zach here looks like he's going to bank this. Forgive me if I don't know exactly what he's shooting. That was not good at all. And then, wow, and scratches on top of it. It's like the triple negative out of that. So my guess here, he's going to start with this stripe by the 2-ball. Take it in the side. I would assume he's going to stop it there. And then either if that stripe goes by the 11, take the 10 in the side, roll up, take that stripe by that, and then use the 11 to get on the 8. That would be my presumption. That's how I would get by this if that ball goes by that 11, which it looked like it does. For anyone that doesn't know, this is Island Breakers Billiards. That's their logo down in the corner. They're kind enough to let me record and photograph in their venue, and it's a great establishment. They've got 16 of these Gold Crown 4 Brunswick Super 8s. And then 2 Gold Crown 4 9-footers also. Great tables, great establishments. If you're ever in Merritt Island, Florida, or around that area, Brevard County, and you like billiards, that's the place to stop in and say hi to. It is a very, very nice establishment, lots of room, always a good time there. The owners are Johnny and Ray Ray. If they're there, they're always a pleasure to say hi to. Really nice guys. James gets that 1-1, so James is now up 1-0, break, and nothing fell. There's some problems in this one though. A couple different points where, 2 separate points where a solid and a stripe are tied up. Let's see what Zach starts with. Yep, starting with solids makes sense. It's the easiest ones near him. Take the 5 right here and maybe leave himself an angle on that 7 to roll across and come. Nope. He got way straight on that 7. Way way straight. See, I would have tried to stay below it so I could come across the hub, hit the side rail, and try and break out this what looks like the 6 and the 14 or 15 here. Because if you do that, even if you miss it, you have this ball down here, which I'm not sure what this is. I think it's the 4 ball as well as the 1 ball in that top far corner. So it's kind of like you got a little, security if you miss it and kind of get on one side or the other of it. I'm not really sure how he's going to get to him now because he's not really in a good position to break these out. Oh man, you should still be able to make this solid down in the corner, but once you do that, that's just a bad spot. See, James is a tough player to give up control of the table to. I would move this solid right next to him over this, although that worked out. Oh, that was a good shot, actually. I stand corrected. Wow. He clips the side of that 4 and buries him. Man. I don't think he can see any of that. He looks frozen to that. Oh, no. It looks like you can see the edge of it. Maybe draw right back into it. Leave him equally as tough. So Zach here can play another safety back. He hits that thin enough and almost puts it right back in the same spot. Yeah, just like that. That's a great shot. That was an excellent shot by Zach. So it's hard to see. James went right to this. I'm assuming he's going at that 11 ball. No, he must like the angle to try and maybe try and cut it thin and get it near that pocket and send the cue ball down table. That would make sense. The one on the side looks like you'd have to just use a ton of left English to get to that, which makes it like so much more difficult. Yep, look at that. Oh, hit it hard though. Man, he hit that really hard. Nicked the 2 on the way by. Change that. His ball goes now. Whatever that is, the 10 or the 12 that's right there. His ball goes now, so a little bit of positive out of that. Got lucky out of that. See what Zach comes up with here. Excuse me. Sorry, it's been so long since I put a video out. It's been a hot minute, man. I've been so busy just with everything. I don't know if we had all our tournaments and I photograph all the events, and so it's hard to kind of do all that. Plus, work's been crazy busy. That was a good breakout. It's not. Judging by his reaction, it may have bounced back out and hooked him again. Yeah, see, he's just going to tap this and play safe. But, I mean, from there, that's almost, I mean, shoot, he might have that 13 ball. If James has the 13 ball, I would presume he obviously is going to start there. But he's looking at the 15 and cutting it. So it means he must not have the 13 or be comfortable with it. So he's going to cut the 15 and go 3 rail. Nope, only going 2. Let's see what James comes up with here. I mean, you got like, I don't think the 13 goes by the 9. It's hard to tell from here though. Definitely have the ball, whatever the one right next to the 8 is, which I'm assuming is the 12. But he's gonna shoot his duck at the side and see if he can get better in line, would be my guess. That's not terrible. Does he try and slide over for the 10 ball off of this? Oh, he stopped it. And judging by that reaction with the little flip of his wrist, you can tell he's not happy with that. This is still doable, though. Oh, that 8 hurt him. If he doesn't nick that 8, it gets over enough to see the 10. But he's got the 9. He can shoot the 9 straight down instead of taking it in the side pocket. So if you do that and you just draw it like 4 to 6 inches, it'll pull you down in between this first and second diamond past the side pocket towards where James is standing right now. And if you do that, then you have the opportunity of still shooting that on the side. The problem is you really need to be almost second diamond or maybe even a couple balls past it. See, I don't like this line. I think you have a much harder window to get in from here. I think shooting the 9 in the corner is my personal preference, but James sees it, you know, a way that he prefers it. Oh, nope, didn't get enough left on it or enough pace and left himself funky. That's no good. So my guess is he's going to try and skim the 12. Yeah, I mean, you could go that way, but he barely skimmed. Oh, right in the corner. Right into the junk. That sucks. That was a good run, too. You could tell, though, he was never super in line to where he wanted to be, though. He was always trying to fight that line, which sometimes happens. You get left a starting point in 8 ball, and if you don't, get in line quickly, it can very quickly get away from you of being in the right or wrong spot. Also, man, I put that new intro into the beginning of my videos, and I hope, let me know what you guys think about that. It's some stuff I recorded at a tournament a while back. Just some fun stuff to record. Oh, that was a good stroke. Oh, did he overhit? Oh man, that died off of that second rail. Oh, he must have it. 8 ball in the corner. That was a good shot. I was surprised he did that. Man, and there you go. 1-1. That rack had a little bit of it all. Those 2 balls really, those 4 balls that were tied up, 2 stripes and 2 solids really, it was tough for both players. Ooh, look at this. 8's moving. Oh, man. Ball came up and stopped it short. I don't think he made it 2, 4. No, he made us. Is there a solid off the table and I don't see it? 2, 4. Oh, no. Nope. I don't know what I'm counting. Man, blind. So here we go. James back at the table. A fairly wide open table. Not hugely wide open. But all of this down here in the break, if he takes stripes, can be broken out with that 11. And you never know that the one by the 2 ball, the stripe by the 2 ball, could go in that corner pocket. Oh, there you go. That 10 came back up and got in front of the 3 again. That was a good shot, though. Yep. Another good shot. Oh, and look, he tied up Zach's balls. Tied up 2 of Zach's stripes, so he's making it a little tougher on Zach. Got a fortunate roll out of that. Good cut in the side, though. Still, that 11, that 3 and that 2 down there, they're definitely in a weird spot. So I would definitely get rid of this right now. They're not doing you any good sitting down here. You know, one of the things I was taught years ago, and it's hard sometimes. Sometimes you get on tables that you don't have that option. But I was taught by a very good 8-ball player that when you're playing 8-ball, you want to try and break the table down in halves. First, you want to look at your breakouts, and you want to figure out where you need to break your balls out at. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard, like James just did. Like, he got that ball moved, but that 2 is still not in a super favorable spot. And then other times, but the big thing you want to try and do is you want to work on halves. Like, if if the cue ball, wherever, even if the cue ball's at look at the stroke he put on that. Oh, come on. Man, that was bottom left with just a good stroke on that. So before I go back to that, if you look at this, I mean, he got unfortunate, but he kind of got fortunate at the same time because it looks like that 3-2 is lined straight into whatever that stripe is. And it looks like he might be able to combo carom. The question is where does the 3 go? That's the problem. Like, because the cues go in the opposite direction of the 3, so you got to try and control it, which is not easy. So he's going to slightly cut the 2 into that and take the 2 off the side of this stripe right here, and it will go in the corner. Look at that. What a shot. What a shot. Oh, look. See, this is... He even was able to shoot it where they were going in the same direction, but with the pace he had to shoot it. And, I mean, this is a makeable kick, though. Like, I mean, it's a 1 rail. Come past the side pocket, back cut the 3 in. You're going to have... You don't want to play it with center. This is a shot I see a lot of lower players, even some high players. They play this with top or center, and it's just not a shot you want to do that because it brings that corner pocket. You go for this shot. If you're going to go for it, you play it with bottom, and you hit it good and get the bottom to grab off the 3. And boop, look at that. Look at that. What a shot. What a shot. We will have to look at a replay and oh man, look at that. What a shot that was. Man, even the second time, just as good as the first. And here we go, making the 8. Yep. Put a little inside to hold it, keep it away from everything. And that was a nice out off of Zach's break. Very nice out, especially with the problem shots he had. Solved them immediately. So what I was saying is, he always told me you want to, solve your breakouts early. And if you're able to, try and keep the table in halves. And I can attest to it. Like, if you ever watch really high-end 8-ball, when it's being played good, it's quite honestly a boring game to watch. Because if they're doing it correctly, they're not moving the cue a lot. It's stop shots or roll a little. Wow, that was a super uncharacteristic miss by Zach. So it's a stop shot, it's a roll shot, it's not as entertaining as 9-ball can get. But if you respect the game and understand the difficulty behind it, it's a pleasure. Like, 8-ball's personally my favorite game. I like the puzzles. I like having 15 balls on the table and figuring out how all of them are going to go when they don't all have a clear, what a cut shot. And does it get it out? I mean, it goes. Didn't get out probably quite as much as he wanted, but it goes. James here up 2-1 in the 4th rack. with a great chance to get up 3-1 from here. Let's see what he does. Nice ball. Nice ball. And I mean, he's got it. If he gets on that rail for that 2-ball, I don't see how he doesn't get out. From this 4, I mean, he just rolls over and leaves himself on the rail. He can stop the 2-ball right where it is, even if it slides out in the middle of the table a little. And then 1-ball, 7-ball, 5-ball, or 1-ball, 6-ball, 5-ball, whatever that ball is down there. And it doesn't look like he got far enough. No, maybe he did. Maybe he did. Nope. Nope. That's when you got to make sure you get to the rail. James, one thing is James is just coming over to the carbon. That's a good shot, though. I didn't realize he had that clean. So he can use this to get on the 2. Just play this with top, maybe a little bit above center, just so it stuns a little. Yep, see? Oh, slow down. Oh, jeez. He hit that so good. You're literally talking about half a ball. And to put in perspective, guys, a ball is 2 1/4 inches wide. The average cue ball, or the average billiard, or like rotation or 8-ball pool ball, which means 1 full rotation is 5 inches. So to miss a ball, to be hooked by a ball by 1/4 inch, it means you literally overrolled the ball by less than 1/8 of a roll. It's so crazy how, I mean, just you're talking about less than half a full rotation of the ball. That was a great bank too, and he did not get rewarded for that. But you're talking about less than half of a rotation of a ball caused that. Less than half. When you think about it, like the next time you have a ball, put the spot on one side and rotate it to where the spot, if you have a measle ball or a red dot, and rotate it 1 full rotation, and then rotate it half a rotation, and see how big of a difference that is. And so that when you hear, when you hear Jeremy Jones and he's commentating, he's like, man, that guy, he missed that by 1 rotation of ball. It really puts into perspective, like 1 rotation. I mean, most of us amateurs are not good enough to understand the strength in our stroke to dictate 1 rotation of a shot. That was a good shot by Zach, but he broke those balls apart, and then it looks like he got completely hosed. So, if I had to guess, he's going to play he's going to just try and lead the cue on that rail. Yep, just like that. He might be able to throw this in that pocket. So this is a funny one. So if you look at that 2-ball, it's off the rail. So you actually want to miss this ball by 1/4 inch with a bunch of right English. So it throws in and actually is almost back cutting this ball in. It's a very difficult shot. Oh. Wow. He did not miss that by much. But he left Zach an opening. Zach, I mean, this is... I mean, anybody can miss, but I'd be very surprised. Although, I know Zach has missed a couple balls that he doesn't normally miss, so... maybe that's in his head a little. But, Zach's a good player. I gotta believe he gets out from here. Oddly enough, I actually score-keeped this match, and... I know who wins the match. I don't remember anything past that. So, this is God's honest. I don't remember who wins what racks. I didn't, while I'm actually doing this, and now that I think about it, I don't remember the final score, to be honest with you. It was a good match, though. Yeah, we've, let's see what he does here. Does he try and leave himself this ball into the... Nope, he doesn't. He comes up. I don't know if he wanted... Wow, okay. That's... I don't know that I would have tried that. Hard to get there. I might have actually just left myself this ball down the rail. It's hard to say, though. You got to see the angle exactly. Because you can cut this in the side, come across. Oh, nope. Oh, does it go 2 titties? It did, excuse me. Hit both points of the side pocket and goes in the corner. Who doesn't play that shot like that? That was a fortunate roll. Well, let's see if he capitalizes on that fortunate roll. Little stun forward shot. I like that. Hit it with authority, you know. Try not to slow roll anything. You cut this in, it should go, I mean, depending on pace, 1 or 2 rails. Oh, wow. Just hit it so heavy. That's another thing, you know, a lot of people don't realize is, you know, especially with lower players, and I try and work with this on all my lower players, is everybody has a cut angle that they prefer cutting to. And what I mean is whether it be to the left or the right. And James here for the 8 ball to go up 3-1. And there you go. But some people prefer, you know, everybody has a cut either to the left or to the right that they prefer cutting to. And so sometimes, especially if you're put any doubt in your head, even if you've worked very hard to be comfortable cutting both ways, when there's a doubt, you will be more prone to miss cuts to the side that you don't cut as well to because of the mental side of you, and you just are not correcting enough like you normally would. Like, so I much prefer cutting to my left than to my right. As far as the way my stroke is, the way I hit the ball, I cut better to the left and to the right. Zach's taking stripes here. I mean, this is runnable. I mean, they all go. This ball against the rail goes in the side or the corner. If he gets up to that one next to the 4, that 10 ball next to the 4, if he gets that, like where he's at right now, if he can make that, shoot, it may go in the corner, actually, that he's standing at. Oh, that was odd. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. I felt like, you know, maybe he couldn't see the whole ball. But anyways, so what'll happen is when you create that little bit of doubt, you don't cut as well the other way like you normally do. Because normally when you're mentally, you know, when the game's going good, you don't have those negative thoughts. You don't have any negative thoughts. So you've taught yourself to adjust for that. And once all the negativeness sets in, or the apprehensiveness of, you know, like, oh, I just missed a dumb shot, or I played bad shape, which we all do. That's why we're amateurs. You know, you get into that position and it'll cause you to make silly mistakes, you know, like that 4 ball or that 12 ball, that last rack. That was a good cut by Zach. Let's see what he does here. This isn't an easy out now that 8's there. Nope. He needed to actually draw that back and be, so there is a point, like he should have been on the left side of that line going in a straight line to that pocket so that he could just push past it and get to the right side of the table below it and shoot the 10 up here. And you know, you'll see the line, the straight line into the pocket. He wanted to be on the left side of that slightly, not even a lot, like very slightly, you know. Does he go for the bank here? He plays a lot of one pocket. I mean, I don't know his true speed at it, but he plays it. I'm not a one pocket player. That was a good try. I mean, he missed it, but nonetheless, a good try. Put it almost exactly where it was. So what does he do here? Man, he's got to play safe, I presume. Put the cue ball. Oh, he can get it behind the 8 if he hits this good. Look at that. And that, my friends, is what you call being locked in jail. You are not getting out of that. That is, I mean, mate, I couldn't even begin to tell you how you would get out of that. Because I don't have another angle, so I can't see what the line is past that. Maybe he can get to it. But man, that 7 looks like it's dead in the way. I don't think he can. I think, what do you do? Tie something up here? Try and make the 2-3 not as easy as it is? I don't know. This is a tough position. Let's see what he does here. He's definitely thinking it through, though. He's taking all his options. See what he does. Yep, just tying something up. That was a good shot. I mean, you're giving a ball in hand. The 2-3 combo clearly doesn't go by the 8. So what's he doing? Oh, so James is going to just try and leave the cue ball behind the 2, and he's going to make Zach beat him. If Zach, somehow makes a miraculous shot, then so be it. You just hit this, stun it, let it drift over a little, and boop. Let's see. I don't think that got where he wanted. You notice how it didn't go over much? That 10 is a pretty open ball. I mean, I would presume the hit is 90% of getting a good hit. And then all you got to do is get a hit and anything can happen. He's lining it. Look, he's looking at it into that corner. Oh, maybe we have 2 kick-ins in one match. Oh, that is in. Look at that. What a great shot, Zach. Look at that one again. Man, would you look at that. And there's the 8. And now it is 3-2. And as you can see, we have moved on to 9-ball. And don't forget, guys, to give me a like. Subscribe to it if you're watching this long. Subscribe to the channel. If you're already subscribed, like and comment. Let me know. Share it if you want. Let me know. Let me know what you think. Nice bank shot right there. I'm going to say he's going to shoot the 2, just kind of stop the 2 there. Shoot the 3 straight down. Looking for the bridge. Which bridge do you guys prefer? Like this kind where it just has like the 4 fingers on top? Or do you guys prefer the one that they call the bat wing, where it has like 5 or 6 different angles and spots you can adjust the cue to be in? I'm curious, what do you guys think? Yep, just another stop shot. Just stop the 3 right there. We'll roll forward just a little. You can tell he got all of that pocket. All right. I don't think he got where he wanted. So here's another shot. You want to be above the 50 point. So you're shooting down into the 6. Although he might be straight enough, he can just draw into it. Does he go? Nope. Oh, wow. Wow, he jarred it. Oh, look at this. Oh, how do you get so lucky? So in APA, you don't have to call the 9, so that counts. Got very fortunate there. But that's the game. It happens. Let's see what he does here. Breaks, and oh, there's a scratch. 1 and 2 ball are next to each other. 4 balls down here. It's a pretty wide open table. Let's see what Zach can do here. Let's see what he can do. One ball in the corner, good spot. You know, just draw off the rail, come back to this side of the table. What? Miscue. I'm going to bet that was a miscue. There's no way he didn't mean to go for that. I'm going to bet that's a miscue. So, top English, corner pocket, side rail, just like that. Hit it too good. Hit it too good. That looked like a frustration stroke slightly. And here we go. 2 rails. That's not a bad safety. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yep. Oh, that's terrible. That's a bad roll. It's the right shot, too, you know. If you hit this long rail and it goes down to the short rail, you got the 6 and the 8 ball both blocking. I mean, it's just... I don't see how... I mean, Zach should be out from here again, though. I mean, we've seen it. Anybody can miss. This is a stop shot. Yep. So this you can kind of play a couple ways. I'm stunning around this and leaving the 8 in the same side as you're going to take this 6. I wouldn't have traveled quite that far, but it still works as long as it doesn't scratch. You know, he's on the right side of it. That's the key. See, and now if he had been above that line, he would have had to go 3 rails for that. But because he was below the 50 shot line, the 50 line, which is a straight line into the pocket, I'll show you here, then it causes him to not be as easy to just roll through it and get on the 9. And he makes the 9. So, you know, but that's where when you hear people, you know, being on the right side of the ball, that's what they're talking about. You know, you want to shoot shots that are going into your next shot, unless you have to break something out, you know. And then you might not want to be, but it's, you know, you always want to be on the right side of that line into the pocket. Or into, yeah. Sorry about that. I'm right back now. Wife came in and asked me some questions. See, Zach is back here at the table. Oh, wow. Wow. So he tried cutting the 2, catches the point, goes up and caroms off the 8 into the corner, or into the side. Talk about an unfortunate roll. And this is just center ball, slide out in the middle, stop shot on the 3, 4 ball down to the 5. This is, I mean, I don't see this getting away from him, but anything's possible. One thing, James has such a smooth stroke. Him and a gentleman named Dave Dixon, which if you look on the 3rd table down, I believe that's Dave Dixon down on that 3rd table. They both have such smooth strokes. James is new to actually carbon fiber. I think this might be the first match that James has ever played with a carbon fiber shaft. He was never really found one he liked. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that is a full Jacoby with the 4.0 carbon, which is an amazing feeling carbon. So I'm not sponsored by them. I actually used to sell OBQs before they went out of business. But if I ever have to get rid of my OB carbon because it breaks or whatever, it will almost 99% certain be a Jacoby carbon that I'm putting on my Q. And I don't see him not getting out from here. Play this with top with little left, and 2 rails, and boom, there you go. James is a 9-ball player. He's a great 8-ball player. Don't let me fool you. Me and him have had some, actually all 4 of us on our teams playing each other have had some pretty incredible matches with each other. But he loves 9-ball. So break and breaks dry. Got a good roll though. Didn't leave him in 1 ball. Let's see what Zach can do. So I like actually trying to 3-rail into this if you're not going to push. So going down around the 2 and coming behind the 1 and trying to kick into it. So he pushed. So the problem with this push is there's safeties, there's aggressiveness. Like you're given, in my opinion, the stronger player control of the table. I mean, and I'll be honest with you, and this might be a tactic that you use. I will call push sometimes and kick at a ball. Like legitimately kick at the ball. Because then if I miss it, then it's not ball in hand. I mean, if I'm kicking at a ball that the percentage of me making the ball is like super low, then I don't care. I'm not, it is what it is. But I've kicked at balls, gotten good hits. Oh, man, almost got the 9 to fall. I don't know if he was going for it. I couldn't tell if that one had a clean pocket, but he got it moving. But I've kicked and made good hits and called push off the good hit because I just, if I get dealt with something else and I'm on the wrong side of it. But, pushing, I hear a lot of people, I hear it all the time. I wish they allowed push in the APA. And I'll be brutally honest, man, as much Masters as I've played, there are very, very few players in the Masters leagues, and we have a huge Masters league. To give you guys perspective, we have 24 or 26 Masters teams in our area. We have 2 different divisions for Masters. Okay? There are very few players that actually push in what I feel is that it makes sense why they pushed and didn't just go for the hit. Because if you're pushing into a position, and I see it all the time where, he can make the 1 ball. Well, I just didn't want to give him ball in hand. Well, that kind of makes sense, but at the same time, you left a much better player than you, let's say, for example, a ball that they're only missing 5 or 10% of the time. Well, I mean, I've seen top players miss ball in hand. So, they take 100 shots, they might only miss ball in hand once or twice, but still, it's still a percentage. So it's kind of one of those things. I don't feel that the push is as valuable as everybody likes to make it out to be. Now, if you're not good at kicking, which I see a ton of, you see guys, and James just running through this rack. He got that shot on the 1, and it's just his, and then played this, and then it's just over, and minus a mishap. Yep. So James is going to go up 6-3 from here. But it's like you sit there and you see people push, and they push because they can't kick. They don't kick with intent, like they don't kick to play safe and such. And that's the difference. There's too many guys that they learned how to kick, or they learned how to jump, but they've never learned how to kick properly. And so that's why they push, because they're not comfortable kicking. And kicking with an intent to play safe, or leaving the person hard, because they don't kick with control. They kick to get a good hit, and that's it. And when I say that, like, they're kicking at a speed that doesn't make sense to kick at unless you're just trying to get lucky, which is fine. I mean, you have that, luck counts, it's just like, it's funny because, the other one, I wish, it was call 9-ball and slop didn't count. Like, guys, like, the pros used to play slop 9. It has not been very many years. And when I say that, it's probably been in the 20-year range, maybe 30 at most, that the 9-ball has been called in almost all tournaments. And it might not even be that. That was a great shot on that 2-ball. This rack is poised to be a break and run. And if he breaks and runs this, that'll be it. But yeah, so it's like, I think it's just a lot of people just they're not honest with either themselves or the realisticness of how the game is played, is how I feel. And, that's just my opinion, it's like I tell my players, I watch them take some of these shots and I'm like, oh man, he overcut that. I think he can kick this off the rail. I don't think this is that difficult of a shot. We'll see. It's definitely not straight in, but I think it's just center right English and just smooth. And yep, see, he barely. Oh, do not. I was gonna say, don't scratch on him. That's not right. But yeah, it's like I think, I tell my lower players on any of my teams, when they go for certain shots, and it's like, I'm okay with you doing that, but how often do you think you make that ball? And I see higher players, it's like, oh, I made it once before. Well, then it's a low percentage shot. A high percentage shot is I couldn't tell you how many times I've made it because I've made it so many. Oh, wow. He did not cut that good. Unfortunately for Zach, I think that might be the end. Yep, bottom left, 2 rails. From here, you just, you can either stun it to the side rail or just roll through it nice and gentle. Yep, and he rolled through it. Leave yourself an angle. You want to be, this is one of those ones that really doesn't matter if you're comfortable with the cut, and there it is. And James wins 7-3. And that is it, folks. Again, if you like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, share. Let me know what you thought. Until next time, guys, have a good one.